We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Dillon Brooks.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. We've got Dillon Brooks, Devin Booker out there with Green. Then there's Allen. And it's Iguodala in at the center position. And for the Timberwolves, up at the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. Now Edwards, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. They get it back, pass to DiVincenzo. Here's the three, and Anthony Edwards hits from deep.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
The key thing, Coach, that Donte DiVincenzo brings to a team is that coveted 3 and D skill set.
I agree with that, Kevin, but he brings so much more. He can now play off the dribble and make plays for others. And I think the most underrated thing on a lot of players who become great is Donte DiVincenzo is both very smart and very tough.
Tonight, and I'm looking forward to this, Greg, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. 2 of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
Here's Randall following the basket by Jalen Green. Over Brooks. Randall no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Booker, drives to the hoop. Here's Iguodala. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Knocks down the 3-ball. Edwards got 6 points.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Pass to Iguodala. And here is Green. Booker inside. Working on McDaniels. It's stolen by Gobert. It's Edwards on the wing. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Good work there as it goes. Edwards got his third bucket of the night.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Allen against DiVincenzo. Allen left side. Shot clock at 3. There's Green with the 3. Julius Randle with the rebound. Minnesota in the lead. Here's DiVincenzo. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Randle. And he banks in the lane.
Yes, we've seen the range from Randle, but at his core, he's a big who excels around the hoop.
Pass to Green to stop the run. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
No one near Randle as he lets it go from beyond the arc and then some. Randle's got 5.
Well, he's got the hot hand, and he's scoring with confidence right now.
Back to Booker. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
It's almost effortless for Booker this close in. He just drops the ball in the bucket.
It's Edwards on the wing. Headed by Green. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Allen finds Green. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. From deep, Brooks. Rebound, Minnesota. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
What bounce from McDaniels, just leaping into the air for that time.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
Checking out the stats for Anthony Edwards. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's getting around 28 points per, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
Here's Randle following the basket by Jalen Green. Pass to DiVincenzo. And another 3 for Minnesota.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Green. Yep, it counts. Green's got 9 points.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And last season, Greg, Devin Booker became the Phoenix Suns' all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, he passed Hall of Famer Walter Davis to achieve that feat. Booker is a guy that wants to be a Sun for life. So I expect him to break even more franchise records.
Oh, here's Edwards. He's got 11.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Booker the pass to Green. The rebound by Edwards. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 6-point lead. McDaniels. A 3-pointer, no good. Phoenix has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Iguodala, no good.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. McDaniels outside. That one, no good.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Out to Brooks from past the arc. Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 6. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. He said they have their work cut out with Devin Booker, who can score in many different ways. Coach told me people talk about his deep shooting range, but his middle is just lethal. And if you crowd him, he can take it to the rim. And he has the size to do damage there. Back to you guys.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Edwards against Allen. Rebound, Minnesota. They faced off right here last time they met, but the Hawks just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, not a fan of moral victories, but that game, in a lot of ways, was a confidence booster for them because they really didn't have it that night and yet still had a chance.
Yeah, those are the losses you can't worry too much about. You gave it everything you had, just time to move on.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here's Dosunmu, defended by Booker. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Cranes the three-pointer. Edwards got 14.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. The Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in. Let's check out some of the best shooting teams out there. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Here's O'Neal, and the dunk by O'Neal.
Don't underestimate Booker's passing ability. He's getting better and better at making plays for others.
Now Edwards. He's got 14. Pass to Dosunmu. From deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 balls in a row from long range.
Here's Gillespie. Defended by Dosunmu. Booker outside. Shoots over McDaniel. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And showing off a little with the handles there. Man, as Booker finds the right.
They get it back. Reed kicks to Randall. Pass to Edwards. Fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Edwards got 17 now.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
1:15 left to play here in the first. Pass to Dosunmu. Now McDaniels. Picked by Reed. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you think back to when McDaniels was drafted. Everyone talked about his potential. Now they're talking about his consistency as a contributor, especially at the defensive end.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Anthony against Edwards. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Timberwolves leading by 7. Hit by Reed. Here's Dosunmu. Sinks that one from the post. Dosunmu's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Anthony, the pass to Gillespie. Out to Anthony. Three-pointer. Julius Randle with the rebound.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Edwards looking it over. And he's good on the three ball. And now it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead. The three from Anthony. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Goodwin out there with Dunn. Then there's Cole Anthony. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Gillespie in at the point. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. Phoenix shooting just their second attempt at the line tonight. Free throw good. Goodwin. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Outside Anthony. To the paint. Here's Dunn. He's done with the slam.
Guys, I like that decision from Cole Anthony. You expect that from the son of an NBA player.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of the string of three straight at home. Randle is screen on Anthony. Dosunmu with it. Guarded by Dunn. And Randle throws it down.
What a well-placed screen by Randle. Not only helping the ball handler, but also making some room for himself.
Anthony, the pass to Gillespie. To the middle. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Julius Randle picks one up.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Dosunmu. And again, it's Minnesota.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Anthony finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Randle surveying the D. Overdone. Randle no good. Suns trail by 9. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Driving to the basket. Goodwin, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now here's Randle. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
And done with the slam.
Anthony showing good vision there.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. he's checked in for Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. McDaniels on the wing. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Clark into the lane. And that one is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 7. The Suns have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Got that bucket in no time at all. Green's got 14 points.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling.
Now, here's Dosunmu. Not a lot of room. DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. Puts up a 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, sometimes the matchups just aren't in your favor no matter what you do. It seems like your opponent does it better.
Yeah, it wasn't a close one. And sometimes that's the kind of loss you'd rather have because it really gets the attention of your player.
Timberwolves leading by 4. McDaniels with the ball. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And the foul called on Ayo Dosunmu. That is his first foul of the game. And the Suns making a change here. Iguodaro's checked in. And here is Green. He's coming off a 19-point game against Boston. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Solid job of moving the ball by Green, setting up a teammate.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And, Greg, you watch Jalen Green. So much upside potential.
Yeah, he could be streaky, but one of the most combustible scorers in the league. When he's on, he can take over single-handedly.
And it's Goodwin in the corner. And here's Brooks from outside. And rebounded by McDaniel. Timberwolves leading by 4. It's intercepted. Pass to Iguodaro. Back to Green. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And scoring the ball has always seemed easy for Green. It's starting to show here in this game.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Devin Booker's focused on movement and leaving a legacy. He said, my thing is, and Kobe said it too, inspiring the youth is everything. A kid grows up and is like, man, I want to be Devin. I want to dress like him. I want to play like him. That's what makes me wake up in the morning. Back to you.
Truly a role model for that next generation. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Allen's checked in for Phoenix.
Well, the biggest thing Naz Reid brings to your team is spacing. Reid can play the 5 and hit 3. There aren't a lot of guys like him.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Royce O'Neal's checked in for Phoenix. Read the pass to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
I mean, could this be any easier for Gobert? The rim is right there.
O'Neal sets the screen for Green. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Now here's Dosunmu, defended by Booker. Gobert with the screen on Booker. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Suns trail by 6. Brooks kicks to Green. Brooks setting a pick for Green. Takes it from 10, and that's good for 2. Green's got 18 points in the game.
With his athleticism, Green plays a lot bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
Reed finds Dosunmu. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That is his first foul of the game. Dunn, he's checked in for the Suns.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Dosunmu. And it's Dosunmu with the jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up the teammates.
Green passes to Dunn. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got 4 points in the quarter.
Superb focus from Reed. He excels at using his strength to push through contact inside.
Right wing. Dunn gets to Allen. Booker looking around. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Dosunmu. Booker no good.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Reed with a screen on Booker. Pulls it from the elbow. Green with the rebound.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss. And what a finish. He used his bounce to throw it down over the taller defender.
Pass to Berenger. Down low, here's Reed, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Dan Naz Reid is a much-beloved player with the Timberwolves, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner.
Yeah, he is, Kevin. I'm not sure the fans in Minnesota love anyone more than they love Naz Reid, not even Anthony Edwards. They appreciate his consistency, the effort he brings every night, the energy, and yeah, the charisma on top of all the skill.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Come on, get back.
Have a look at the stats for Grayson Allen.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hasn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Minnesota leading by 8. Pass to Dosunmu. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Now here's Booker. Swiped it away. Now here's Dosunmu. Guarded by Green. Here's Dosunmu. He's got 11. Count that bucket.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Outside, Green. Back to Booker. Booker going to work inside.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Booker against DiVincenzo. Randle outside. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the three-pointer. Randle's got 10 points.
Well, hey, Randle possesses this kind of range. The defense has to at least honor his shot.
And Booker kicks to Dunn. Allen left side. Brooks, the pass to Dunn. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Julius Randle with the rebound. Randall's got 5 rebounds tonight. Over to the wing. Clark, the pass to DiVincenzo. They set the pick. Booker pulls it in. Suns trail by 11.
Timberwolves foul.
I mean, he's checked in for Dunn.
4th team foul. And for Phoenix, number 20, Rasheed.
34 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Allen. Inside, here's Fleming, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. The Suns making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And the shot goes in. 8 points for him.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now Randall, 10 points for him. Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret.
A look here now at Minnesota. They've come up a little short of expectations. The talent is unquestioned, but their focus has been wavering. The consistency just hasn't been there.
Okay, let's go back to the first half of our featured game. Anthony Edwards, guys, how about his performance?
The only person who can stop Edwards is Edwards. You can maybe slow him down, but he has this natural physical ability, and the skill level continues to advance, Ernie.
Yeah, stronger than a lot of forwards, and he can ball.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Booker against McDaniel. And Booker kicks to Allen. Now here's Green. Shot clock at 5. The Suns need to get a shot off. Brooks misses. Timberwolves leading by 9. Randall dishes to McDaniels. Back to Randall. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Back in, coming off an assist from Randall. And now it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead. Outside, Green. Pass to Iguodala. Here's Booker. The 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game. McDaniels finds Randall. Brooks grabs the board. And so Booker will bring it up for the Suns. Pass to Iguodala. Back to Booker. And that one, good. Booker's got 10.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
DiVincenzo against Booker. And finished off by Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
Suns trail by 11. Booker outside. Brooks setting a pick for Green. Lets it go from 11. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Edwards got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They've had a quiet start to this half, hitting just one of their first 4 attempts.
Here's McDaniels. And the 3 off target. Green against DiVincenzo. Green kicks to Booker. A fadeaway. Kept alive. They kick it out to Green. Pass to Booker. Allen outside. There's the screen. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randall's got 6 rebounds in the game. Edwards passes to McDaniels. The second effort. And Gobert with the lay-in. Gobert's got 6 points in the quarter.
Pounding the offensive glass. That's where Gobert gets a lot of his extra chances.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Randall. And Bones Hyland subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Allen. Count it. Allen's got a 2nd bucket tonight.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Hyland. Reed with a screen on Booker. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
No good from Booker.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Edwards with it. 24 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. Over to the left wing. Here's Reed. No good from outside. Suns trail by 13. Allen finds Green. It's stolen by Edwards. For 3. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got 9 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Back to Green. Kicks it out to Booker. Fires at the elbow. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Booker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's lethal. I love how Booker's eyes light up when he gets a mid-range opportunity.
Gobert with a screen on Green. Here's Edwards. Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Booker with no one around, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. He's got 15.
And textbook mechanics make it look like it's going in every time. Booker, unreal.
Here's McDaniels, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Gobert against Green to the paint. Iguodala takes it off the glass.
Heads-up play by Green, using the pick and roll to create space for his team.
Minnesota leading by 13. Here's Hyland. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. To the inside. Here's Iguodala.
Excellent on on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Pass to Highland. Reed with the screen on Booker. Lets it go with the three. Reed misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about tweaking the game. He said analytics takes sports in a certain direction because it's a coach and GM's job to win, and they'll do everything they can to do so under the existing rules. It's on us to adjust because we're also looking at the aesthetic appeal of the game. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. Minnesota leading by 11. Looking around the NBA, Devin Booker, GA, is as good as any two-guard out there.
Obviously, we know how Devin scores it, but what I love, he also can run your offense, and he gives good effort defensively.
To the middle, here's Green, and a great assist by Booker as that one goes in. Booker's got his 6th assist on the night, and timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
All our people put on the court. Come on, get down for your trip.
Minnesota making some changes. Randall's checked in for Gobert. Dosunmu comes in for McDaniels, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Highland. Left side, Reed. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Allen finds Green. Allen with the screen for Green. And it's Brooks in the corner. Suns moving the ball around. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Green.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Hands home the trifecta. DiVincenzo's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Gillespie, the pass to Green. Here's Brooks. He's defended by Randall. Pass to Gillespie. Allen, a screen on DiVincenzo. Takes it inside. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Dunn, he's checked in for Brooks. And Goodwin subbed in for Jalen Green. Pass to Dosunmu. Here's DiVincenzo. Offensive rebound. Here's Randall. Oh, look at that.
Don't even try to defend that. What a move, Julius Randle.
Here's Gillespie, defended by DiVincenzo. O'Neal on the wing. Pass to Gillespie. Allen for the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And Randall throws it down.
Emphatic finish by Randall. I love when he's forceful around the hoop.
Done outside. Goodwin with it. Picked up by Edwards. Goodwin feeling it out. Trey. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Dosunmu's shot is off. And so Allen will bring it up now for Phoenix. 11-point game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Goodwin. Now, here's Dunn. Here's Allen. That one goes in. Allen's got his third basket of the night right there.
Now, that's where you like your shots to come from.
And here's Edwards. Over Goodwin. No good with the elbow jump. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for the Suns, Dunn is out there with Royce O'Neal. Then it's Goodwin. Then there's Devin Booker. And it's Gillespie in at the 1. Here's DiVincenzo. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Look, DiVincenzo relishes the chance to punish the defense. He likes to shake them up with the slam.
Goodwin kicks to Booker. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Randall no good. Suns trail by 9. Booker in the corner. Here's O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And you got to respect Booker. I mean, he's added to his game every year and becoming a more willing passer.
Pass to Edwards. From downtown, the 3-ball from Anthony Edwards.
And he was hot from 3 to start this game. That's his first since halftime.
Now Goodwin. Back to Booker. O'Neal a screen on Edwards. Booker against Edwards. 5 on the clock. And Booker kicks to Dunn. Shoots the 3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's covered closely. Here's Dosunmu. From down in the low post, it goes. And now it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead. And it's Dunn in the corner. Good on the triple.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Outside Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen for Edwards. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Goodwin. Suns trail by 9. Dunn finds Booker. Here's Gillespie from the arc. And the Suns another 3.
Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game. But they might need someone else to step up as well.
And we got a timeout called from Chris Finch. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Randall. And Bones Island subbed in for Edwards. The Suns making a change here as well. Iguodaro's checked in. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Down low, here's Iguodaro.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Highland passes to DiVincenzo. Pass to Gobert. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's McDaniels. Gobert with the clock winding down and slammed up by Gobert.
And good luck keeping Gobert off the board. He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
Here's Iguodala. Pass to Booker. A rebound by the Timberwolves. McDaniels got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Highland deciding where to go with it. Inside. Gobert, no good. Suns trail by 8. To the paint. Stolen by McDaniels. Now Highland. It's hauled in by Goodwin. Goodwin's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Iguodala. And again, it's the Suns missing. Minnesota leading by 8. DiVincenzo passes to Highland. Puts one up from 19. Here's Gobert. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you know, every team is looking for a defensive anchor. Gobert fills that role to perfection.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Suns trail by 9. Booker inside. McDaniels defending. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Booker finds his way to the line a lot because he's adept at putting pressure on the defense.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Both free throws good from Booker.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Trains it from beyond the arc. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
And you like to see 6.5 now. He's finally starting to come around.
And that one's good. Iguodala.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen. It doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
On the wing, Booker. McDaniels defending. Crafty move. And with that shot, the Minnesota leaders got back down to 8. Those were necessary points from Booker.
And we see this so often from Booker because he has the green light to take any shot he wants.
Pass to Highland for the 3. Good D by Booker.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Brooks misses.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
And finished off by McDaniel.
Inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Green, the pass to Booker. Allen kicks to Brooks. Offline with his 3.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots. And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
There's the pick. To the inside. Here's Iguodala.
Outstanding defense by Reid there. He understands the importance of protecting the basket.
Launches a 3. Tries again. And scoring with the play inside is McDaniel. And now it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead. Booker against McDaniel. The three. He can't get it to go.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him that he's up off the threes.
Inside. Stolen by Reed. One-on-one fast break. A nice shot by McDaniel. McDaniel's got 6 in the quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And just a great job converting those second chance points as well. They're having a great night getting those second and third shot opportunities.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Highland. And he banks the layup in.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Booker. Highland there for the rebound.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
McDaniels outside. 5 to shoot. Another chance. Oh, the temper goes.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Here's Highland. Brooks there's a 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for McDaniels. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Booker, nice use of the glass on the finish.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Minnesota leading by 11. Edwards. Another chance here.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
And he makes the first. The Timberwolves making a switch. McDaniels checked in. And Edwards drops them both. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. It's a 13-point game.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Minnesota.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
It looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Alan LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game and
And it's all happening in Minnesota from the Target Center in Minneapolis. The Jazz taking on the Timberwolves. For the Jazz, this game could be like a tennis match, Grant, with the ball racing from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, B.A., you can get whiplash watching these teams run up and down the floor. They like to get it and go without any hesitation.
The starters for Utah. Walker Kessler out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Bailey, then there's George, and it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard position. Randall, the pass to McDaniels. Now here's Edwards. Over George. Kessler with a rebound. Now here's George. Kicks it out to Jackson. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
You have to account for Jackson Jr. in the corner. I mean, he's an excellent three-point shooter.
Now DiVincenzo. And we're about a minute into the first. Edwards for three. Rebound, Utah. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
And they got to the line at a good clip, but couldn't cash in, and it ruined their chances.
And that can drive guys absolutely crazy. I mean, they know they're better free throw shooters than that, but just did not get it done from the line.
Sensabaugh. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's a three-point game. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
Oh, man, they were in total control. Really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Pass to Bailey. It's Jackson, high post. Randall's there. George, his shot is good.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I spoke with the head coach of the Timberwolves. Jaren Jackson Jr. was the topic, and coach was impressed by the tape. He said, the more I watch of Jaren, the more I'm convinced he's the best defensive player in the league. He does so much for their team, and we're going to have to be hyper-aware of his weak side help tonight. Coach isn't alone on that appraisal. PA?
Okay, thanks, Allie. To the paint. Here's Kessler, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Yeah, doing exactly what he had to do right there to make sure he wasn't going to get flushed on or Instagrammed.
And the Wolves. Still seeking their first title, Clark.
Yep, the Lakers won 5 championships when they played in Minneapolis, BA, way in the day. The Timberwolves joined the league in 1989, and they're still trying to bring another basketball title to the city.
Here's Edwards, plenty of space. Again, the Timberwolves score.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Here's Sensabaugh. Three-pointer, no good. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by 1. Gobert with a screen on Jackson. Pulls it. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Big forwards like Jaden McDaniels, who can pull up for a jumper from anywhere, those guys are a luxury to have.
Back to George. And George with the jam.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm.
Jackson against Randall. Here's George. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. George has got 7. Timberwolves trail by 3. And here's Randall. 14 points for him last game against Phoenix. Pass to McDaniels. This one for 3. Utah grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Collier, he's checked in for Sensabaugh. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at New York, they've risen to 3rd in the latest power rankings, playing well as of late.
You know, right now for the Timberwolves, they've stayed pretty high in the rankings. And sure, they might want to be further up, but they're a stable team, and that's a good thing with the playoffs approaching.
Here's Jackson, and Gobert with a block.
More than 7 feet to contend with and a wingspan that might be north of that. Good luck getting a shot over Gobert.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Pass to Jackson. Kessler, a screen on Randall. Jackson down low. Randall's there, and he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
Man, great poise there from Jackson. He's getting crowded by the defender, but stays cool and takes the foul.
And as the regular season winds down, some teams must be concerned about their seeding, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. For teams still on the bubble, just getting into the postseason is the concern. For the top teams, seedings are huge. They want as many home games as possible.
Reed can't hit. Utah's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. To the inside. And he jams it home with authority.
Strong finish by Bailey. Here's a guy who wants to slam it.
Reed for 3. Drops in the 3.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
Utah leading. Pass to Bailey. Now Jackson. Wide open. Yep, that one's good. Jackson's got 7 points in the game. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 11 so far. Edwards looking for an opening. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
What a sensational move captured from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And it's time for an injury report.
Guys, I was able to talk with Utah's head athletic trainer about his status. It's a bruised shoulder, and while uncomfortable, they'll be glad it's not a more serious injury. Even though this is typically considered a moderate time frame to full recovery, he is indeed potentially able to play, so we'll be keeping an eye on him. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the update. Good to get that information.
It's always so tough to see a player get hit with this kind of setback. You know, they dedicate so much time and energy and effort to their craft. My hope and prayer is that he has a smooth recovery.
And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. He's checked in for DiVincenzo. And Utah with a change here, too. Sensabaugh's checked in. Here's Randall. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. There's the drive. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Greg. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have two gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle. And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
George with it, picked up by Reed. And finished off by Kessler.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
6 on the shot clock. Edwards for 3. Drills it from deep. Edwards has got 10 points in the game.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's George. And the jam by George.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
Outside McDaniels. Pass to DeSumo. And here's Randall. Outside Edwards. There's the triple. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. Randall's got 3 assists now in this one.
Edwards, a true scoring machine, and he is relentless. He's lighting it up tonight.
Here's Sensabaugh. Utah moving the ball around. Here's George. No good from the wing.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Reed to screen on George. It's Edwards with a drive. Reed. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And now just a 1-point Jazz lead. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Bailey. George outside. Tries it from the top of the key, and that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
They are winning this game largely because of his effort.
Now here's DeSumo. Not a lot of room. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
A different look here for Utah. Mikhailu comes in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for Sensabaugh. George finds Jackson. Here's Collier. From downtown. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Edwards. Here's Reed. Good work there as it goes. Reed's got 7 points.
He is in a groove. You can tell he's playing with a lot of confidence.
And stolen by Edwards. He goes up. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, Edwards doing a nice job excelling in transition. Has a really good understanding of how to fill the lane and get where he needs to be.
To the middle. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Outside Reed. Beyond the arc. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Jackson. Good. 17 points in the game.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Edwards pass to DeSumo. Outside Edwards. They set a pick. Takes it inside. Second chance effort. Aaron Jay's shot is off.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
George for 3, and give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
Hey, he's been efficient and effective. He's already hit 6 buckets out of 8 looks.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's McDaniels. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Pass to Collier. Now Kessler. Jackson, right side. Sinks that one from the post. Jackson's got 19 points.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
You know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
It's been all about Jaren Jackson. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
Naz Reid out there with Jaden McDaniels. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu. And it's Baron J in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. BA?
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Dosunmu with it. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Pulls it from 20. Williams grabs the board.
Working from medium range, he was trying to take what the defense gave him there.
Pass to Collier. Now here's Filipowski. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Timberwolves. And here's what the Utah Jazz schedule looks like. On Thursday, they'll take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Home-cooked meals and their own beds might be exactly what these guys need. This squad has had a rough go of it lately, so this homestand could be just what the doctor ordered.
Conchar, he's checked in for Williams. A nice shot by Baron J.
Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Inside. Unloads. Again, Utah good for 2.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
Outside Reid. Launches a 3. And the three-pointer goes. Reid's got 10 points in the game.
Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Nurkic, a screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Mikhailuk. Conchar outside. Filipowski sets a screen. Shot clock at 5. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Puts up a deep 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. Outside Reid. Three-pointer. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Collier. He's covered by Dosunmu. From 11 feet away. And Baron J pulls it down. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Dosunmu on the wing. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. For Utah, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Here's Mikhailuk. The Jazz again can't hit. Minnesota's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. McDaniels passes to Dosunmu. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by Filipowski. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Mikhailuk. No good, and they can't put it into the drought.
Good contest. Can't let him have open shots from mid-range.
Here's Dosunmu. Out to DiVincenzo. The 3. Here's Berenchenko.
Oh, man. Oh, punch that one.
Bad intentions.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough PA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes. That is what we talk about. Make the next pass. Fantastic feat.
Outside McDaniels. And he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Minnesota with some changes. Randall, he's checked in for Reed. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And it's Highland in for Dosunmu. A big group substitution here for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. Bailey comes in for Conchar. Sensabaugh is checked in for Mikhailuk. And it's George in for Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. Highland against George. Utah with another miss.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Now Randall, covered by Filipowski. Randall can't hit.
As he often does, he gets to the rim. But that's just stellar defense.
And here's Bailey for 3. Utah with another miss. And so it's Highland with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to George. Utah moving the ball around. And here's Filipowski. Checked by Randall. And stolen by Clark. Here's Berenchenko. Oh, got a piece of it. Pass to Sensabaugh. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 4 assists now tonight. Minnesota leading by 5. Now here's Randall. For 3, DiVincenzo sends it home from three-point land. DiVincenzo's got 8.
Just cannot allow DiVincenzo to shoot it from there.
Here's George. And again, it's Utah.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Highland, pass to DiVincenzo. No, sir. He's now 3 for 5 in this one.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Now George, coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento.
Now let's not forget about the assist. His playmaking was critical for this team. Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Randall, a screen on George. And the basket by Highland.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in, coming off that pick.
George against Highland. Here's Sensabaugh. 17 points in his last outing. Clock at 6. Here's Filipowski. Randall pulls down the board. Minnesota leading by 5. DiVincenzo finds Randall. one goes in. Randall's gotten his second bucket on the night.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pass to Kessler. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
And Minnesota making a change here. Gobert's checked in. And Utah with a change here, too. Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Filipowski.
From that close, he's almost automatic. No wonder the defense is all over Gobert.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on. Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And he gets it back. Randall against George. Clark with the screen. Here's Randall, and he drives in. Count that bucket. Randall's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, he loves pounding that ball. Randall driving right through contact.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Now George. Jackson with a screen on Highland. George passes to Jackson. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 5 assists in the game. 1:33 left in the first half of this game. Pass to DiVincenzo. He shoots. The rebound by Jackson. Jazz trail by 7. Bailey, the pass to George. Now here's Kessler, defended by Gobert. George, good. George has got 21.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
George against Highland. 52 seconds left in the second. The putback. Oh, a nasty putback. What timing from Gobert.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And finished off by Kessler.
Well, you know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
Picked by Gobert. Highland with it, and Kessler picks him up defensively.
Already his 2nd foul, just something to keep in mind.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Kessler, a screen on Highland. 5 to shoot. To the inside. Kessler with a bucket. Kessler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
George with a steal. The shot that time not on target. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Timberwolves ahead, leading by 5. We've got more in store for you right after this.
These are returning from the court. And get ready for the big half-court shot. Drum roll, please. The return of the shot.
Got to give it up for their second unit, leaping off that bench, going out there playing like starters.
Roster depth a key. And with a moment here. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You got to like what Keyonte George has done in this one.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Kicking off the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. Bailey out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Walker Kessler. Then there's George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. Edwards for 3. Oh, Anthony Edwards, a rainmaker.
Well, that was a bomb from Edwards, showing off that deep range.
It's George on the drive. Oh, they find the hot hand. You can count it. He's 10 for 14 now.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And the basket by Dosunmu. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Kessler up top, defended by Gobert. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And how about we check the numbers for Keyonte George?
And he's gone cold over the last 10 games, guys. His scoring numbers are down, and he can't seem to get out of this rough patch. He's got to get himself going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here's Randall. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here.
I really like the start here. Great aggressiveness, red hot to start this half.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you got to like that progress.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game.
Big time right there.
Yes, sir. George with the flush.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T Connected Cam? It's Edwards on the wing. George defending. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball. Jazz trail by 8. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Many players have size. So what makes Rudy Gobert such a good interior defender, Clark?
Well, size is part of it, clearly, B.A., but timing is the big thing. And then awareness, recognition of what the situations are and being able to adjust your body position accordingly. And then anticipation. I mean, timing and anticipation, awareness, those are the things that make really good defense. This is Gobert's comfort zone, using his size to capitalize down there.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
With the way he's cooking, they have to find a way to run him off his spot.
And now let's look at some shooting guards who have been lights out from 3 since the All-Star break. In the third spot, Anthony Edwards.
And as a rule of thumb, you always want great shooters at the shooting guard position if you can get them. Now, these guys are the cream of the crop.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I mean, these guys don't know the meaning of cold streaks. They're either hot, red hot, or sizzling. Those are the kind of shooters they are from downtown.
Outside McDaniels. And there's the screen. Shoots over Bailey. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. McDaniels got 11 points.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
They keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Rising to the challenge. He's given them everything he's got.
The Timberwolves lead by 7. Randall deciding where to go with it. Pass to McDaniels. Off target from outside.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you. Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything. And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, "I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders." Ryan, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. And here's Dosunmu. Edwards for three. Down it goes. Edwards for three.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
George outside. Pass to Kessler. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. He's got 11.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Picked by Gobert. Here's McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Shoots over Jackson. Randall with the clock winding down. And it's Randall with the jam.
This guy never stops working. He's always going hard, and Randall's aggressiveness is what allows him to be such a good offensive rebounder.
Kessler, a screen on Edwards. Back to George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Over Edwards. Edwards comes with a double team, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
Jackson, the pass to George. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bailey. Over McDaniels. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Edwards with it. He's got 21. Dosunmu on the wing. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by George.
Despite his struggles to heat up and get going, the lead still remains intact.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
He's trying to carry them back into this game. He's absolutely feeling it this quarter.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Donte DiVincenzo in for McDaniels. Minnesota leading by 4. Now here's DiVincenzo. Give him 8. And a two-handed jam!
Quick feet there by DiVincenzo. Once he gets a step on the defense, it's a wrap.
The Jazz have gotten 7 of their first 11 attempts to go in this half. Pass to Bailey. Launches it. Shot no good. For Minnesota, they've gotten 8 of 11 shots to go in. Efficient so far in the third. DiVincenzo finds Randall. Reed, a screen on Jackson. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Just an attacker is Randall. Always seems like he's being sent to the line.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
You know, they've been knocking down triples, too. They've continued to make the most of their opportunities from behind the arc as well.
Utah making a switch here. Collier's checked in.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Minnesota again missing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Sensabaugh, good on the bucket. Sensabaugh's got 5 points in the quarter. The Timberwolves lead by 6. Now Randall, he's got 14. Outside Edwards. Randall on the screen. 6 to shoot. And it's Randall with the jam.
You know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
Jazz trail by 8. Here's Collier, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Shot's good by Sensabaugh.
A tale of two halves. After a slow start, he's turning his offense around.
Pass to Dosunmu. And here's Edwards. Puts up a 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Sensabaugh. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Outside Edwards. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Bailey.
I think adrenaline was a factor there. He wanted to hit that answer 3 so badly.
And that misses. That would have put him up. Minnesota shooting a remarkable 60% clip. Very efficient. Down low. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Pick then points from Reed. He's a mobile big who operates well in the pick and roll.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Jackson the screen. Here's Collier. DiVincenzo covering. The shot's good. Collier's gotten his second bucket. And Minnesota has possession. They've led by as much as 10. Randall, pass to Dosunmu. There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. That one goes. Count it. Jazz trail by 4. Pass to Bailey. There's Jackson with the 3. He buries it from 3. Jackson's got 24 points.
Yeah, Jackson Jr. does have this in his bag. The big man can punish you from range.
There's a minute 26 left in the third quarter. Dosunmu can't hit. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
Pass to Kessler. Shot clock at 5. Now here's Jackson. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
Here's Edwards. Get up, Anthony Edwards!
Edwards loves to entertain, and that was a ferocious slam.
50 seconds left in the third. Here's Collier. Six on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Jackson for the tie. Zips it up. It's good on the putback. Collier's got 6 points.
Big time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
Outside Edwards. Minnesota needs to get off a shot.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rounds.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Well, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Collier. From down in the low post, it goes.
They're going at it on offense. neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Utah grabs the miss. And he lobs it up. And neither side able to take control of this game.
Yeah, at this rate, it's going to come down to a photo finish.
The Timberwolves trail. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Three can't hit. The Jazz shooting has been unreal. 64% from the floor. Here's Collier. DiVincenzo covering. Shot's good by Collier. And now a three-point Utah lead.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. For Minnesota, Gobert's checked in for Randall. Jaden McDaniels comes in for DeSumo. And it's Highland in for DiVincenzo. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
Thanks for that, Allie. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Jazz.
Yeah, they were so aggressive from the start, getting the ball into the painted area. Now, they stuck to their game plan, and it paid off.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved, unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot.
Here's Collier, guarded by Edwards. A nice shot by Filipowski.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Timberwolves trail by 4. And here's Highland. Left side, Edwards. It's stolen by Nurkic. George against Highland. George passes to Nurkic to the left wing. The three is up. George's shot is off. And it's Edwards with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Picked by Gobert. To the paint. Utah grabs the miss. Down low. And it's Filipowski. That's time on the assist from Collier. Collier's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Highland. Into the lane. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Inside, here's Nurkic. Ooh, good finish at the rack off a slick feed. And the Jazz lead by 6.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Back to Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Edwards got 25 points.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Here's George. And the 10-footer finds the target.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
George against Highland. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now.
Nurkic inside. Defended by Gobert. Shot by Nurkic. No good. Timberwolves trail by 4. Oh, George with a steal. Pass to Collier. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Here's Collier for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Edwards has got his 4th rebound in this one. Edwards taking on all cover.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
Here's Collier. When the whistle blows, it's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. A big group substitution here for Utah. Kessler, he's checked in for Nurkic. Jaren Jackson comes in for Filipowski. Bailey's checked in for Mikhailuk. And Sensabaugh subbed in for Collier. 11 feet out. George's shot is off. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the 4th quarter. Outside, Highland has to Reed to take the lead. Pure from 3-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Here's Sensabaugh. To end the drought. And he lays it in. Sensabaugh's got 13 in the second half.
All of a sudden, he's balling. Halftime adjustments successful so far.
Reed passes to Highland. Fast break, Utah. Jackson for 3. Minnesota with a rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds tonight. George against Highland. Outside Edwards. Jack's up a 3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
He made 3 triples in the first half. 3 more since then. I tell you what, you can't shake your head at that.
Pass to Jackson. Jackson with a screen on Highland. Here's Sensabaugh. That one doesn't drop. Nice work defensively by Highland.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses. Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Sensabaugh. Kessler a screen. George outside. Takes a 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Now here's Edwards. The D's right on him. Fires the 3. To the right side. Reed for 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Jackson. Here's Sensabaugh. McDaniels covering. To the inside. Kessler with a bucket.
Strong effort that time, producing the best look possible.
The Timberwolves lead by 3. Highland with it. Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Reed. Stolen by Jackson. In transition, here come the Jazz. Bucket!
Oh, moments like this speak to Bailey's level of confidence. This rookie doesn't back down from the spotlight at all.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Minnesota with some changes. Randall, he's checked in for Reed. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Highland. Here's Edwards. outside McDaniels. Now Edwards. Clock at 6. Rebounded by Jackson.
They managed to get the rebound, but that's an area where they've been struggling tonight.
Yep, and the results on the scoreboard are attributed to how they've been out-rebounded thus far.
For Minnesota, they've gotten 7 to go out of 13 attempts during the fourth. Beyond the arc. Yes, sir, with the 3.
He's got that clutch gene. It's in his DNA for sure.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. With the drive, and it's blocked by Edwards.
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
George fires. Beautiful work with the baby hook.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
Randall against Jackson. Now Edwards. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Jazz trail by 4. Jackson with a screen on Edwards. George. Oh, missed on the tray.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Here's McDaniels. Jacks up a 3. Cash from downtown.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes. That's a chance he typically converts.
And Minnesota has possession. 7-point differential. Randall outside for 3. And they get it back.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Picked by Gobert. 5 on the clock. Oh, what a jam! Holding nothing back.
Boy, I love the hustle from Edwards that time. Excellent anticipation on the offensive glass.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gobert pulls it down. And here's Edwards. They swipe it. So we see the Timberwolves get the win here. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is